Now I've got this R8 Maloo ute ready to go out the door shortly. I've just got to run a buff over it and then we'll do a good walk around and have a look at just how delicious this Chromax clear lays down. I like to use the lamb wool for my polishing work because it is extra heavy duty and it just rips through it a bit quicker for me. To do that, it's a really good idea to spend a few minutes just to mask up your rubbers and trims. You don't want to hit that with a heavy duty cutter and potentially risk burning those little trims there. So mask them up just like that and avoid giving yourself some headaches. For my two-stage cut and swell remove, stage 1, I'm using 3D, step 1, and again, 3D, step 2. I just find that this stuff has been working the best for me lately. I try all different products all the time, but at the moment, I'm really loving this 3D brand. Right now, I'm just swell removing. I've already done my cut all over. I've finished my polishing. Before giving it a wash, I like to wipe all the residue off the panels. I like to do that just simply because when you wash the vehicle, you don't always see it under the suds and everything, and you don't get it all. After you buff and it's not nice and fresh, it comes off quite easy with a microfiber, and it just makes washing the car at the end all the more easier. The wax I'm loving at the moment is also a 3D brand, Pro Series, epoxy high gloss sealant. I just think this stuff is amazing right now. It goes on so easy. You can do the whole car with it. You don't have to do a little bit at a time. I usually used to just do a panel at a time or a half panel at a time, but with this stuff, you really can leave it on for much longer. The good thing about leaving a small amount of badge residue on a panel is knowing exactly where to stick your new badges back on. It's not enough to make the badge look funny or raised on the surface. It's just enough to leave perfect little outline and know exactly where to put these little guys again. I haven't done this with all the badges, just this little 285 badge. So the others, I'm going to be relying on photo images that I took. Perfect. And it looks like our R8 badge just about there, pretty close to what that photo shows. There we go. Our little Maloo badge sits right in the middle of the main face of this skirt and very close to that end join, right about there. You can see picture. It's always good to see a car go out at the end of the week. The best part is we get to walk around this car and see how awesome this respray looks.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
Thanks for hanging out with us this week, guys. Thank you for all your support, liking, subscribing, hyping. It all really helps. Don't forget to party on. Well, this is going to be another huge week at RCG. I'm Reidy and welcome to my shop. Well, I'm happy to confirm Lachlan has finished the bodywork on this HJ ute. It is now coming to me at the paint shop and we're going to get primer on it very soon. He's just removing the last panel off the vehicle now, all very beautifully shaped. Last week's squirt and scrub, it did get the underbody of this Torana ready for paint and coatings. This week and shortly, you'll see underbody coating go on this with a 2-pack overcoat. We'll get rid of this lock that was painted yellow back in the day. Lockie has got the HJ parts all ready for paint. However, I still have a little bit of prep work to do before I can spray primer on them. Still, it's bits of surface rust here and there, just on the insides of the panel. They were sitting in epoxy for a very long time, these panels, and I think even outside. So I do have to give them a really good sand down and a really good clean before I can get that primer on there. Well, I've given the inside of these guards a really good sand down. I want to get a good coat of primer in here, seal it all off. There were traces of surface rust starting again, so I just wanted to make sure that I sanded all that off, and even to be extra sure, I've got a little bit of Deox here and some Scotch Brite, and I have a brush. The reason I have the brush is I have just noticed between the skin and the subframe that just through the join there is a little bit of a what looks like surface rust starting. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in the end of that deox there, and I'm just gonna brush that in there and let that stay on there for a while, working its magic. So all the way along like that. Unless you're ready to unpick the skin from the subframe or buy a completely new guard, this is really all you can do. Just get a lot of deox in there. I'm still going to get my Scotch-Brite and I'm going to squash it down in there and try and scrub and get to as much of it as I can. But what I can't get to, at least the deox, hopefully will neutralise it and hold it off, you know, give it some good time. Squash that right down in there, nice and hard. You can actually see a little bit of a rusty acid there, so it is actually getting to it. This is better than nothing. I'm just gonna rag dry what I can, and then I'm gonna get my air blower in there and really give it a good blow dry. And we need to turn it upside down and make sure we blow dry it from the other side as well. The inside of these guards are sanded very well and rust treated now. I am going to leave them on their backs. I want to get a really good heavy coat of primer on the inside, and once that flashes off, I'll turn them over and I'll get a good 4 to 5 good heavy coats on the outside of the guards. We also have the doors hanging up, as you can see. They're going to get a good coatings on the inside, maybe 2 coatings, and then the outside again, a good 4 to 5 heavy coats of high fill primer. All right, Jared, you're onto the sides.
Yep, we're lining up the sides so we can give those the final block down. That's pretty much it. So just the fine tuning, just the lining. That's all.
Yeah.
Get them right.
Bonnet all done, roof all done, boot all done.
Yep, just the doors to go.
Yeah, mostly that guard too. So I
haven't touched this side yet. I'm just playing with this side now. That's this afternoon's job, just to line them up.
Oh, I might have this by Wednesday, yeah, maybe, with a bit of luck. Here we go.
Let's cross everything. That's all we're hoping for, yep, for sure.
I've got the HJ ute.
Oh, you've got heaps on.
All done. I've got primer on that. I can start blocking the cab down because that's been sitting in primer for a good 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's good to go.
So I can start on that, and then I'm going to have this. So yeah, I'm going to be busy.
Oh yeah,
good.
Yeah.
And then you'll get back onto the Torana, just tidying up those little crinkles where you did that cold shrinking.
Yep, little bits. Yep. Prep it up for you, and we'll get some undercoat.
Smooth off those welds.
Yep, just go over, do that, and then I'll be back on the Dado.
Back on the Dado, yes.
There's just the final swage lines on the top just to go on both sides. That's it, and then you'll have more undercoating to do. So high build, put that in. So
sounds good.
Hopefully you might even get that Friday. I don't know. Who knows? Let's just see.
No. But I won't hold you to it, but
you'll be busy.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, but it's all happening.
I'll bring my bed in and plan to work the weekend.
Oh, that's it. It's going to be a big weekend.
It's all good. Love it. All right. End of the day, Monday. I think we'll call that a closing, and we'll come back tomorrow and see what we can get done. Party on.
Party on.
Actually, before I head home today, I do want to get some stone guard sprayed on the inner guards here. I want that to cure overnight, so tomorrow I can come in and do the 2-pack satin overcoat that will match the engine bay and the inner wheel guards. So I'm going to do that now. That way things are just going to flow better tomorrow. So all in here, we'll have a nice heavy coat of stone guard with the 2-pack overcoat. Up here will actually be nice and smooth, so it matches in and ties in with the wheel guards. The reason I'm doing this before I even rub the primer down, even in its first blocking phase, is because it won't matter if I get a bit of overspray on the outer surface. It will act as a guide coat anyway. So I will block after I do all the black and get it nice and beautiful. Yes, it may get dusty and a little bit dirty, but I'm not going to get any paint on it. When it comes time to painting, I'm going to mask it up meticulously and make sure no paint gets on all this lovely black internals. And then all the block work and the sanding work will commence after that. I'm choosing U-Pole Gravitex Plus Stone Guard. I like it because it stretches a really long way and you can paint over it. It seems to dry quite quickly as well. But this is going to be curing overnight, so I'm not going to have any problems coming in and spraying my 2-pack overcoat in the morning. I'm also going to squirt as much as I can all in down through those seals and where the welds are. I want to really get a good coating in there. It's all just about giving it as much protection as possible. Well, that's what a fine solvent-based stone guard looks like. It is still flashing off. You can see where it's still a little bit wet there. Solvent will flash off far quicker than water-based stone guard, and it is a little bit stronger, I believe. So the water-based stuff does go on very thick, but it does take hours and hours to actually dry. Whereas this stuff, it generally dries within about an hour or so. I just prefer solvent. You can paint over it. It's just a little bit more hardy.
This is my magic tape measure trick again.
That's it, your tape measure trick.
Yep.
Using it on the primer blocking process as well as the fillers.
That's it. So just because I did it on the bodywork and we've got it all in high build and all that now, so we can still do it on the blocking stage right at the end as well. Trying to get the line straight just by a block without any line there or any tapes there.
Yeah.
You always need to get your tape reverse each time on it to get it right, because otherwise you'll lose your line, and once you've lost it, that's it, it's done, it's gone. You have to start all over again.
Yeah, and you've only got your sides to do, so that's
Yep.
By the day's end it'll be with me.
It'll be done.
Getting it ready
All
to top
yours.
coat. Beautiful.
Cool as.
And Marley here on the Torana, just doing some masking, getting it ready for its underbody coating. Very close to being ready for that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to use stone guard on the underbody first, all the way around up under this tunnel and the entire underbody. We are going to keep this part of the lower firewall smooth satin finish along with the rest. So that just looks a little bit nicer, as it will be partially seen from the top looking down. So rather than it being a porousy underbody bumpy coating, it'll be a nice smooth satin black finish there. We do have a colour. The colour is going to be a Tesla silver called Quicksilver. It's like a very fine metallic grey silver, really iridescent silver, and I think it looks beautiful. It is going to look very nice. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting some colour on that and seeing it in person. And now remember, you haven't finished your primer job until you've done a really good guide coat. This is so important. When you're blocking the panel, how will you know it's flat if you don't have a really good guide coat down? Once it's nice and smooth, your guide coat will be gone and you'll know you've got the panel completely flattened down. So, just like that. Well, when the boys bare metaled this engine bay, they took off all the sealer through the joins there, and you can see Marley here. He's just brushing that seam sealer back on all those joins. Very important. And once this is done, we will start the stone guarding process. Nice heavy thick coat of underbody spray there before the 2-pack overcoat. Work it, baby, work it.
Get it straight.
Crisp. Very crisp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Let's take a good look at this underbody to see how Marley and Grady have gone, or squirt and scrub as we now call them. It looks like I've spent a whole day giving it a good clean, even longer sanding it down, so it looks pretty good. Very well sanded, very well cleaned, and they've masked up all the bits and components that we don't want to get any paint on, including the main body. See, Marley's done his seam sealing there with his brushwork. Looks pretty neat. I mean, you don't see any of this, but that's sort of a factory look, that brushwork. I thought we'd better move the P76 out of the way. We don't want the underbody spray getting on that nice block work Jared's doing. So he's got him over there. Marley just sweeping up all that crap on the floor that built up underneath that while it sat there for weeks. I'm going to use a different brand of underbody coating to the last as supplied by the customer. And I do know that this is a good brand. I have used it before, Besser, the Erky brand. And this is also a solvent stone guard that will paint over. Going to do under the wheel arches first. Just get it down to a good height, give it a really good shake up. Having only just used my Gravitech stone guard yesterday on the HJ inner guards, I'll be able to gauge which one of these I feel is a better product. See if this is the one that I will refer to from now on or whether I'll go back to the Gravitechs. Just want to show you, if you spray it on with minimal pressure, it'll go on a lot chunkier. So I'm just not pulling the trigger all the way in. It's going on a lot chunkier, but if I pull the trigger with a lot of pressure, it goes on really fine. So you can kind of adjust how heavy you want it based on how much pressure you give it. For me, I think that's just the sweet spot right there. I've got this flap of paper here, so I can spray my stone guard like that without any of it flying over and getting into my engine bay area. A little bit getting in there is okay. We're still yet to give it a good sand and a prime job, but I want to try and keep it as clean as possible. So that's what this is there. It's just a little barrier. The entire inside of a wheel guard, a wheel arch area, and I've used a bit over half of that can. So almost 1 can is all I'll need to do both sides. So that's a pretty good stretch, and it's on very thick, so there's no need to put on any more. And that is still going to get a 2-pack satin black overcoating as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty good value, highly durable, high strength stuff. I think that's better than the Gravitechs. Well, there you go. It was exactly 1 can of this stuff, and it did all of that, left and right side. Very heavily coated. All right, so now that the wheel wells are done, I'm going to start on the underbody. I've got 3 cans left. I do hope that's going to be enough, but considering what I got done with the 1 can and the wheel wells, I think I'm good. I'm going to start at the tunnel and work my way back. Well, that's the underbody done. I probably didn't make myself too clear with the young fellas, but I do need to spray in up around the rear wheel arch as well. And I think I've got just enough left to do both sides. So I've got to cut all this plastic out that they've put on to protect that wheel and make sure I can get my gun all the way through there. I think what I'll do is I'll take these wheels off, and that way I'll have full access to get a really good coat. And I'll just use this plastic and stick it down just on the inside of this wheel arch here to protect my panels. And we can see we've got some very long studs on here. I've got a feeling that we're going to have a very wide wheel put on this. Maybe at least 50 turns trying to get this wheel nut off. Rattle gun would have been easier. Finally. He's revealed a lovely rear new setup here, so we'll make sure to paper all this up. I can't remember what he said he had actually done here, but there's a lot of this is all fabricated and new. Do you remember what he said? This is all been tubbed?
It's had a bit of work without full mini tubbing it. It's just been sort of the dog leg notched in around this section. Standard procedure with these Toranas, just notched here a bit,
right,
and a bit of work here, just pushed out. So
it's essentially creating more room for a bigger wheel.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Just shaved back the shock here, the hanger, so just that bit more in there. So yeah, it's going to look really nice with
sure is.
New tyre under there.
Yeah, he's got a good setup. You can tell he's put a bit of coin into that. We want to make sure we protect this nice new rear assembly very well. Make sure to cover it up real good. All right, now that those shiny new Dutchmans are all covered up, let's get some stone guard under here too. To clean your solvent stone guard out of your gun, I've just got a little cup of thinners here. I've got my gun and a little brush. All I'm going to do is just hook up my airline to my gun, stick the dork down into the thinners like that, and just very lightly I'm just going to squirt thinners through that gun. It's going to be cleaning all that stone guard out as it works its way through. And I've got my brush here just to clean the end of the gun from built up dried stone guard. I want to make sure that you keep all your spray guns nice and clean and flowing. Alright, that's it. Spraying through nice and freely. Ready for the next job. Now before I do my 2-pack overcoat, I do have to remove this paper here, as the black satin will go right up to here and across from that line down. So all of this will be body colour. So this is what I've come up with. What I think will look best is if we follow the line, the bottom line of this rail, and just keep following it right through. And then on this little line here, we'll come up to meet this little lip here. So all of this will go satin black below this line and that lip. And that way this will just look like a nice clean rail, body colour, both sides, mimicking each other. And then this will be nice, smooth satin black going into textured under there, which you won't see a lot of. Anyway, that's what I think will look best. All right, just one good heavy coating of solvent 2K satin black is all she'll need. I've even got a slightly larger fluid tip here. I've got the 1.4, so it will go on that bit heavier. I'm going to do that to the entire underbody and every wheel well, and then that is the underbody done. Well, that is it. We have completed the underbody. We've got a lovely heavy coat of 2-pack overcoat there. Where the feet are, my hoist feet, once this gets down on its wheels, we'll jack it up and I'll spray a little bit of stuff just on there just to make sure that's covered as well. But just take a look at that. That's really heavy duty there. You're not going to get much more heavy duty than that. A real thick coating of underbody spray with a 2-pack overcoat. That will be just as robust as a Raptor coat, having that 2-pack sprayed over the top like that. It's all you need to do. But quite a process. You know, the boys chemical scrubbed it and sanded it. That took them a day and a half in itself. And then the mask up procedure and the laying of the paint, that was another half a day to a day. So there's a good 2.5 days in getting this underbody completely done. And I think that the result's amazing. You just put in a little bit of effort, and that's going to be protected for many years to come. Well, Jared's onto the passenger side of this P76 now, and just have a look at how unreal these body lines are. And just look at how crisp they are. Perfectly meeting up with each other. You know, with all jokes aside, you know, this is a P38, it's half a car. By the time Jared and I are done with it, this is going to be far better than it ever was out of factory. I think it can put to rest those little comments of, is this going to be half a P76 and be a P38? Now, Jared says once we're done with it, it's going to be more like a P100.
Yeah.
You happy with it?
Otherwise, yeah, we'll put a bit of primer on that.
Bit of surface primer,
There's
yeah.
a few other bits there that probably need doing. That there, but otherwise, it's, yeah, it's
Sexy. Warning, camera alert.
mask's on, it's okay.
I do smell a victory though.
The victory is here.
Hey.
And I'm on my last panel.
And it came to pass that Jared has henceforth reached his last panel on the P76. And I do say unto thee, what a magnificent body line that is, Jared.
Thank you. Yep. Just finishing it off.
What you scratching in there, mate? Just
This is just a bit of 400, just going over just this bit
yeah.
here.
You guys really don't want me to touch this, do you? Too
We
much.
just want you so you don't have to do too much, so you can get straight into it.
Yeah, and that I will. Oh, this is so exciting. Taste the finish.
Oh, oh yeah.
And Lockie's got all the tail light and headlight panels ready to paint. Beautifully well shaped. So we got to the RX-2. You're onto it, Lockie.
I'm onto it.
You've finished the HJ Ute and now onto something different.
Something different.
It's always good to get on something different
Yeah,
when you've been
no.
on something for so long, isn't it?
It is.
Get a
Something.
bit stale on it.
No, it's all right.
So what are we doing on this one?
Just cutting out that little bit of
Tiny little
rust,
bit of
bit of
chewed
hole.
up metal there.
Yeah, a few little holes, but that's pretty much it, really.
It's a good door otherwise, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's pretty clean.
Same with the underside, looking
The
good.
underside's got a little, in the same spot, there's a few little holes.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah.
Okay, nice easy one for you.
Yeah, and then I just got to clean up all the metal and then deox it and then, yeah, get it ready for epoxy.
Fantastic, all right. And we get onto the body and there's lots of other little spots to do, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
Rear quarters.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe in about 2 months' time, 6 to 8 weeks' time, you'll be keen to get off this one
Yeah,
and onto something else. Always the way, isn't it?
it is. No,
All right, well, I'll let you keep going. And this is a nice day for Jared. It's a day where he doesn't have to look at the P76 again. At least, you know, as far as body shaping.
No
wise.
more. I'm done. My job's done. So we move on to the engine bay now.
To the LH Torana
LH,
engine bay.
yep.
Got a few little tidy ups to do before high
Yeah.
fill primer.
Yeah, I just scotch it up in red and bit of fine fill work.
Yep.
Get
just
that
little
done.
Skim over your little crinkles there.
Yeah, do that.
Just clean up these welds.
Yep.
Up here, Shane would like us to finish this top seam in a nice smooth sealer finish.
Yep, we got the terrace and seam sealer there that will just make that nice.
Yeah, he's had advice that it potentially may crack if we weld it.
Yeah, true.
Given the stress and the tension there, so the seam
it.
sealer may act as a little bit more of a
Yeah, it's flexible.
expansion joint type system. Some colour going on this by next week.
Next week, yeah, definitely have some colour.
Yeah, we've got a nice silver, grey silver Tesla colour.
Yeah,
very
should look-
fine silver. It's going to look very nice.
Absolutely.
Well, even though Lockie's got the HJ Ute ready for paint preparation, Jared's got the P76 half prepped and ready for paint. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to get a lot of paint done this week. It's already Thursday. I'm going to focus on perhaps just trying to get the P76 bonnet ready for paint and maybe even get a bit of top coat and glass clear on that, so we can at least get that one done and out of the way this week. I can focus on the rest of the body next week. It's all about taking our time, making sure we don't rush it to finish it, and still producing the quality of paint that this car deserves. So I'm going to take my time with it, and we're not going to see this painted until probably the end of next week. So Jared has this blocked with a 180 scratch, and the next phase is to give it a good guide wipe and a 400 soft interface pad sand. So we're going to do that with our orbital sander, and we're going to use our guide powder wipe here. I'm just going to rub that nicely, deeply into those 180 scratches. Just like that, and do that to the entire car. You can see how I'm putting it in quite thick with quite a bit of pressure, really pushing it down deep into those scratches. I want to make sure that when I orbital sand these, that I'm going to get every single scratch out. We are using a clear over base system, and it is a metallic, and really these scratches can show up quite easily. So unless it was a direct gloss, a solid, something like that, where you wouldn't have to be too fussy about it, with a clear over base metallic, you definitely need to really get stuck into those scratches, completely remove them. So all we're left with is a 400 grit scratch. There we go, all done. And now let the many hours of sanding begin. It's a nice little piece you've shaped up there, mate. Look at that. Very nice, and behind that, a little bit of Swiss cheese to cut out from the other side once you've done that, yeah? Very nice, mate. Look away. His first tack done nicely, but it can shift the metal a little bit, so he's just going to get it back into position where it needs to be. And Lockie's doing the rust on these panels before we acid treat and epoxy. There's no point doing the acid treatment and epoxy and then having to sand it all off to do the rust secondary to that. So it's going to get this done first, then we'll treat it all, put it in epoxy, let it cure, and then the straighten up spline process begins. Protect your eyes. I'm covering the lens with my hand.
That's alright. Bit hot there. A bit thin over here and a bit hot, I think. So
Okay.
that's why a little bit of a hole. But
Yep,
I'll fix that.
that's all the heart of the job, isn't it? Thin metal, bit too much heat, little hole gets blown, but you'll plug it up.
That's right.
Well, we get the gist of it. Sorry, Jared, what was that? What do you call it?
Deburring. Just bits of hot rock from when I welded in this just little end factory as well. That's just little bits like that we want to smooth off.
Oh, okay.
So because the high build it won't hide that. So
Just getting rid of those little bits of hot molten rock weld
So
that spurted places and
That's it.
stuck to the job.
Yep. Make it smooth.
Looks like metal enriched filler. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the aluminium fine filler. Just a skim where I've patched these panels in.
Yeah, looks like we're onto a boot lid.
Yeah.
So this had like 4 big holes in it, didn't it?
It did. It had 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure.
I'm thinking maybe just like an ugly wing at some point. Yeah, nasty, ugly little wing, but
They're no longer there.
you've made short work of those, mate. Well done. And the door, all done?
Door's over there, yeah, that patches in. It's just, I'm just going to do all the little rust repairs and welding before we
Yep.
treat it and get it in a box.
Let's go take a look at that door. Yeah, just lovely.
Yep.
As expected.
Pretty much that was.
Yep.
The doors are pretty good. The whole car's not too bad. And then on the underneath is just a tiny little hole.
And that's it for both doors. That's really good. Yeah. Best you could expect for a Mazda RX-2 from what I've heard. We're not going to be spraying this black, satin black. The inside of these guard apertures are actually body colour, and only over the stone guard in there will we spray some satin black. Luckily, Jared was walking past when he saw me prepping these for satin black, and he quickly reminded me that they were actually body colour. I did a Google search to confirm, to corroborate that they are actually body colour on the inside of those guards there. So luckily, we caught it now. So Marley's in here, he's going to get the satin black on the stone guarded areas along with a couple of other bits and pieces up there, and we're good to go. What are you doing there?
So what I'm doing, I'm just taping up. Just they're a little bit warped from where you actually do the bead roll and weld them in. So I'm just going to put a light skim just to smooth those off for it, just to make it nice and.
Well, we are just back from a nice pub lunch celebrating the bodywork completion of this. It's now time to get the 400 grit orbital sander onto this and start the paint phase. Let's do it.
Well, there was a bit of rust here, obviously. I'm just looking at this piece in behind here. It's like a bit of bracing or something. We'll probably have to cut along there.
So you've got to cut
Yeah,
that
I'm just
bracing
thinking.
out,
Well, it's pretty pitted.
Yeah, that bracing's got a hole in it. I think you're right. I think we've got to,
So just
shoot out from
cut
behind.
that out and then make that piece, which will be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be good, actually. Yeah.
Challenges are good, mate.
No, it is. It's exciting. Yeah.
So you've cut out that brace in there completely. Yep. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
And you're going to make that from scratch.
I'm going to attempt to make that. Yep.
Yeah, no, you're not going to attempt to make
I'm
it.
gonna
Bobby.
make
You're
it.
going to make
I'm
it.
going to do it. I know I can.
Jared's giving you some tips, some
Yeah,
guidance.
Told him how to do it.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows how to do
Yeah,
it.
just
Yeah.
tell him what to do is done.
A little bit of positive reinforcement. Yeah. That's awesome, man. We're like, yeah, we're gonna watch this one closely, and that's what it looks like from this side. Yeah, we're all rusted right in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can give it a bit of a clean up.
Yeah, we scrub it as much as we can, deox it, and yeah, do what we can. But you know, we can't be unpicking the entire quarter panels. We've got to just do what we can and do it within budgets. But yeah, look at all that sand. That is from the sandblasting, obviously, but this just goes to show how much sand gets trapped and caught. We didn't see any of this, but just
That's
just falling out of that cavity.
Me blowing all that
Yeah.
out, yeah.
So obviously they've blown it all out. They've got the sandblaster in there to try and clean it up, and it's just literally filled it up with sand. We're never going to get it all out. We're just going to do our best to try and get as much of it gone as possible. But yeah, it's going to be everywhere. Yeah, it looks a bit rusted in behind that as well. So once you cut that out, that'll open up another little can of wormy. All good, all the fun stuff. Jared's just skimming up some of the bumpy areas, just trying to smooth this engine bay off a lot better than it ever was factory. They come with a lot of crinkles.
There's other panels like the battery box and stuff normally goes to the front here.
Yeah.
So other panels have been made just where it was joined. I'm just trying to just smooth that off a bit. That's all.
Yeah, just to make it more visually pleasing.
Yeah.
You see you've done your aluminium metal fill.
Yep. We've filled those up.
And we'll just smoothen them off.
Smooth those off. Yep, that's all I need.
And aiming to get this finished today, well, to the point where I can put high fill primer on this engine bay this afternoon, and next week it'll be just rub down and paint.
That's it, yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey mate, what you made there?
Oh, I've started making this piece.
Ah,
Yeah, so
the brace.
Yeah. So just this piece is going to be that bit there.
Yep.
Now I'm just going to try and fold this edge up, make this edge.
Yep. So you're making the middle hump first.
Yeah, I made the middle hump first, and just try and fold this out.
All right.
And,
so no need to make the whole piece. Just
No, I'm just
that
going
little end
to
bit.
make the little end bit and just weld it on, and
Perfect.
yeah.
And you've got your little pieces ready to go in.
Yeah.
These outer pieces.
Sorted them out.
Ready to go.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good way to end Friday to get back onto the RX-2 and get some fab work done.
Yep. I feel like I've had a good day today.
Yeah,
So,
you certainly have.
yeah, cool.
Thanks, mate.
You're right.
You can see the other side. Very similar thing going on. We're going to have to cut that out. No doubt there's going to be some sub-metal there that's all eaten up as well. That Lachlan will have to grind away and treat and fix, but ultimately not too bad. Just a bit banged up and out of shape, but yeah, quite a bit of shaping to do, certainly on that beaver panel. But that's all next week. And finishing out Friday, Jared, how you gone with the bay?
Excellent, check it out. It's smooth as, just got a last skim coat here.
Yep. Just ripply, wasn't it? So like
Yeah.
those,
Yep, just smooth it out. Yep.
Standard factory ripples through it.
So yeah, it's all nice and smooth. It's just a bit of tape there, peel that off. But otherwise, yeah, it's all ready for you to get some high build onto it.
Man, it's all happening at once for me. I've got the P76 to get ready for
So
paint.
you're a very busy man.
Struggling. I've got the HJ1 tonner all ready to go to paint. Got the engine bay here all ready to go to paint.
Yep.
And there's only one paint. Oh, Marley, you're going to have to get on the gun, mate. That's it.
That's it.
You're painting.
It's on the gun.
I haven't even had time this week to get the P76 ready, but you know it's in its final sanding phase. So next week, I think, for the P76. Next week, definitely for the engine bay. It's a smaller job, so we'll get that one done.
Yep.
Have a look at this hat that Jared knocked up.
New merch.
Yeah, new merch. shoprcg.com.au. Jared's sister actually does our all of our printing. So we use AS Colour, high quality AS Colour apparel, but Jared's sister Leah, her company, do all of the printing literally just around the corner. So really good quality, good people we're supporting. We hope you can get behind us and support us too. So jump on, check out the merch, check out the hats, shirts, hoodies, we got it all. Got a couple of new things coming too. So if there's something there that you're not really that keen on, we do have some better flavours coming soon. So keep checking it out over the next couple of weeks. Well, that's Friday come to a close, guys. It's beer o'clock. We've all cracked ourselves a coldie. We're just going over this engine bay here that Jared's been working hard on this week. And as you can see, he's gone above and beyond to smoothen off everything. All that dark primer colour there is all fillers that he's smoothed off humps and bumps and welds, and just to make it look that much better. So it's now ready for primer. The guys are going to head off. I'm going to mask it up and get the primer down over the weekend so we can come back next week and rub that primer down and get top coat on it and see this car gone by the end of next week. Well, sorry guys, I would have loved to have shown you some colour on the P76 this week, but unfortunately we just got too held up on other things, but it's definitely on its way. So next week I've got the colour arriving, we're putting Glazeret down on it, And from all of us here and all these boys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye for now. Well, as usual on a Friday afternoon, I can't help myself. I just have to keep going. When there's something that needs to be done, I can't go home till it's done. I've decided that I need to get primer on this today. By doing so, it'll cure over the weekend. It'll cure into Monday and Tuesday. I'll rub it down by Wednesday, and by late next week, we get colour on this and it goes home on Saturday. So I'm thinking ahead for the next week as to what is best for the job and what's best for the customer. And I believe I can have this car back to the customer by next Saturday by staying here now, masking up all this beautifully undercoated body and getting some primer on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Call me a workaholic, one way or another. When you run your own business, you just have to get stuck in and get stuff done. It's not a good look on a restored underbody to see primer overspray all over it. So this is the lengths you have to go to protect it. It's the only way. You just spend the time to mask it all up. Don't allow any gaps, openings, areas where overspray can get to that underbody. That is exactly how it needs to be prepped. Now we're going to get a good 3 full coats of high build primer on this engine bay. That's going to give us plenty of primer to sand it back without any rub throughs and put a beautiful coat of clear over base, Quicksilver metallic over this engine bay. So it's my promise to you, you will see colour go down on this engine bay, you will see colour go down on the P76, and you will see more fab work on the RX-2. So be sure to come back next week, and until then, party on.